Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation. I am passionate about the benefits of the inclusion of ICT in the classroom, and through this presentation I plan to ignite your passion and interest as well. As teachers and parents, we need to keep in mind that the class is a group of 22 Year 2 students in a rural and remote location. There are 14 girls and 8 boys, and each of these students are totally and utterly individual. They have individual interests, they're at different individual developmental levels, they all possess individual strengths and weaknesses, and they all learn in different ways. In addition to these differences, we also need to keep in mind that our school is in a low to mid socio-economic area, and the class includes 4 students with attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Some of the students find it hard to concentrate during traditional forms of teaching and learning, such as copying from the whiteboard or during listening tasks. I know I can make a difference to these students' learning experiences through using ICT, and I'm about to tell you why and how I will do this. In the early days of teaching, I myself had some reservations and concerns with the inclusion of ICT in the classroom, especially for students at a young age. However, through research and application in the classroom, I have come to realise the vast changes in student interest, enjoyment and application in a range of learning topics. There are endless ways of using ICT, but I plan to not use it just for the sake of it, but purposefully transform and optimise the potential of learning experiences for my students. As you all know, there are many obvious benefits for introducing ICT, such as preparing students for the future, developing confidence, becoming cyber safe, and having a large database at the touch of a finger. I will be concentrating on 3 main points in this presentation: students having access to cultural experiences, engaging students in learning through their individual interests, and using technology to cater for the various developmental needs of the class. Being a rural school, students are not exposed to as many multicultural opportunities as they would living in some other locations. Through ICT, there is the opportunity to connect with others nationally as well as globally. The Australian curriculum requires that students use ICTs across all areas including English, Maths and Science, and that students have ethical and intercultural understanding. Students are also required to become aware of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories and cultures, as well as Australia's engagement with Asia. As opportunities to meet with culturally diverse people face-to-face are scarce, the next logical step would be to research from a book or encyclopedia. These are reliable sources of information, however I don't believe it's the most effective form of immersing students in cultural experiences. Through the use of ICT, your children are able to have live conversations with anyone in the world who has internet access. There are unlimited images, videos and information which can give insight into the lives of people around the world. There is also potential to participate in museum tours from the classroom, with remotely controlled robots streaming tours as it moves around the museum floor. My aim is to utilise these programs for a class project involving literacy, geography, maths, cultural understanding and intercultural connectedness as students conduct an interview via Skype. As well as aiding with multiculturalism, ICT can be used to engage students in learning through their interests. Technology allows teachers to transform the same information into a form which is both relatable and of interest to the students. There are many different types of learners, and by using devices such as interactive whiteboards to engage students, they all of a sudden become more interested in the task at hand, and they want to use the technology. By adding video, sound, artifacts and animations to the related learning topics, it becomes a more fun and engaging lesson. Engaging with these technologies early on in the year prepares students for a task which they are required to complete digitally. In Year 2, students are required to use
created using Powtoon.